After a 7-day ceasefire, Israel resumed its campaign in Gaza as part of its effort to, in the words of Defense Minister, eradicate from the face this thing called Hamas, ISIS-Gaza, evacuate to safe areas to avoid death. But such directives are becoming increasingly difficult to follow. A revealing statement from the UN Children's Agency UNICEF makes clear that places in Gaza that are free from violence and also have the resources people need to survive are not only scarce but almost non-existent. There is no safe zone in Gaza. UNICEF spokesman James Elder told the BBC, "These are little pieces of wasteland. They have water, facilities, shelter against the cold, cleaning facilities." Elder's remarks underscore the limitations civilians in the region currently face due to Israeli government military offensives and long-standing restrictions on people's movements. According to Los Angeles Times, Gaza is an area 140 square miles, less than one-third the size of city Los Angeles. Residents' ability to leave Gaza is limited due to blockade that has continued in area since 2007 and refusal of two border countries, Israel and Egypt, accept refugees. Mobility is also challenging as airstrikes have damaged roads in the region and fuel is extremely scarce. Israel Defense Forces spokespeople have repeatedly said that the military complied with international law in the air and ground war in Gaza. However, critics have questioned these claims last week. An investigation by 972 and local call showed that Israel's authority to non-military targets has expanded. Restrictions on expected civilian casualties have been relaxed, and an AI system has used to generate ever more potential targets. All seem to have further increased the lethality of the war. Israel also claims to have given people sufficient warning to evacuate targeted areas. Although there are questions about the effectiveness of such systems, the country uses airdropped leaflets, calls and messages to direct people to supposedly safe areas. The Washington Post reported. However, poor internet and mobile phone service in Gaza meant that many civilians were unable to receive these messages. And the messages can be confusing and contradictory as the military offensive intensifies. Areas previously designated as safe are no longer safe. Additionally, any new safe zone designated by the Israeli government, including the southern strip land called Al-Mawasi, is set to face severe overcrowding as tens of thousands of people are crammed into an airport-sized area. According to Jazira, according to a UN statement on November 23, there were 37,900 displaced people in a refugee shelter in central Gaza designed to accommodate 2,000 people. So-called safe areas such as Al-Mawasi also lack basic resources such as food and water, raising the concerns of many. The people who remain there will die from disease, if not from violence. If you are going to evacuate people by force, you cannot send